there's a way to avoid ads, Reinhard.
Yes, $70, easy, easiest
Uh,
investment you'll make.
you've gone a bit quieter, by the way.
Oh yeah, I did turn myself down a bit because my microphone
Okay,
was clipping a bit.
well, that's cool. So I
So
use something
just so you know.
called ad block.
Yeah, but to be honest with you, I get value out of just paying that $70 a month, and it works for me.
I let some sites that I like, I unblock them and I let them show me ads, but YouTube can kiss it.
You're one of those guys, eh?
You know, they put an ad on before everything happens. It's like
No, look, I
ridiculous.
mean, but that's the thing. That's why because I watch a lot of the breaking point for me was, I mean, they now have a lot of ads on videos. Obviously, it's up to the creator, but I have big playlists, or I have a massive playlist, music video playlist. I love it. I love music videos, and there's nothing worse than putting on your playlist and then you have freaking ads popping up, especially
Yeah, I
YouTube
know.
ads.
Like, yeah.
So for me, the value
But
on
that,
YouTube music
yeah.
videos is there. You know what I'm saying?
But they've
It's
just
my
taken something and ruined it. Advertising has ruined and yet another thing. Even though we came from a point where advertising was the means to an end to get like the magazine done, it's just too much now. You know, even like with the magazine, when we used to get to like 30 ads per say 100 pages, then we start getting like 10 more. Like for December, then I used to put the page count up because I didn't want to like shaft my readers. You know what I mean? That was
those
always
are
the
the
thing. But
days.
YouTube
Those are
is
the
just ad,
days.
ad, ad, ad. We don't care. Here's 2 ads, there's 5 ads, there's 10 ads. Which is, just now you're going to watch 15 ads before you can watch 10 minutes of video. So,
And the
yeah,
insane
it's
thing is,
just,
in the background, the algorithms are all bidding for people's, dollars, because everybody's bidding for those spots, which is insane. But I thought it was quite fitting to have the first interview with you, Michael. Thank you so much for your time. The first NAG interview, I thought it was quite fitting to have you on board, seeing as you were the guy that kind of started it all. And
it's part.
yeah,
No,
now,
yeah.
and what? What do you mean not?
Well, not. I didn't start in the magazine. I came into it very, very early on, but it wasn't me that began it or
Well,
started it. So.
you made it, right? You made it what it was. I mean, let's not
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, sure. I
beat
mean,
around
I'd
the bush.
say,
It's
yeah,
Elon
I
Musk
can never
didn't
take full
invent Tesla. You
credit.
know that. Elon Musk didn't invent Tesla. He also just bought a company, and it is what it is now.
Yeah, sure, but he doesn't push the rockets onto the launch pad. Other people do that, and that's what makes the magic.
Oh yeah, yeah. You just need to have the clever people around you. But that's why I figured you had me around
Yeah,
all those years. Yeah,
yeah. Well, you
But
only came much later, Rich. Much later on.
I was this from about 2003 in the background.
I know. I'm
In
just
the
kidding.
background. No, of course, man, of course. But thanks again for your time, Michael. I don't think you need any introduction. I think people know exactly who you are on this channel. And I just wanted to have a little catch up with you. We haven't spoken in a while. We usually, chat every now and then. But seeing as Battlefield 2042 is coming up, I think we are due for
Holy
some
hell!
game edge.
Was that one's got the same number as that other one? That was that other Battlefield, eh? That other future one with those dreadnoughts that
That was
was it?
2142. 21.
And this is just 2042.
Just 20, yeah.
Okay, so hard to keep up.
You want to see how OG I am?
Yes, all right. Yeah, I'm sure I've got something like it in a box somewhere in the garage.
I pulled out the Battlefields. They've been around my desk specifically because it's my all-time favorite franchise. I mean, since
Oh
the
yeah, of
first one,
course.
1942. I remember fondly playing that at the office back in Cape Town, SACM days. I think that was even before NAG. And the game was just beyond insane. The fact that you can have these large-scale battles, insane.
Which was the one where we used to partner up and ride those jeeps with C4 stuck
Yeah,
on
that was
telemetry
probably
two,
it was
wasn't it?
probably 2 or 3. Yeah, I think 2 and 3. I've got very nice memories of. I think it was 3. There's some good maps there. When you feel like a map is a place you've actually visited in real life. That's how
Yeah,
much we played those games.
yeah, it's very true. You drop me into that environment at any point, and I'll be able to pick up a weapon and go to find the dam or find the this or the
Yes.
oil
Oh, it's
field or whatever
beautiful.
the case was. Yeah,
I'm actually very much looking forward to the new Battlefield. I think it's going to be great, especially with the new
yeah,
portal mode.
it's
Did you see that portal mode
yeah,
coming out,
yeah.
allowing you to build your own battles? It's going to be good.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's going to make for some interesting game modes and that. The only problem I find in this country is that everyone just always plays the same sort of set of things. That they don't like to try, different things. Like for Call of Duty now, I'll play Prop Hunt every now and again for a bit of fun because it's quite. I like that. I don't know
That's
why.
an
I just
awesome
like
mode.
that
I
mode.
love it. Yeah, yeah.
But I've yet to play on a server locally. It's always overseas because people here only want to play like Nuke Jacked at the moment, or they play. It's just always the same thing all the time. So, but whatever. That's what it is.
It's all about communities now, man. We've
Yeah,
got
it's
we've
true.
got communities that we tap into. Instead of back in the day we had an office full of people and maybe 10 extra friends. Now you have hundreds to thousands of people, depending how big your communities are. And
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of this with the mobile gaming in the last few years. I love the mobile gaming guys. I mean, there's the same issues that you get within other gaming genres, but at the end of the day, it's the people that make it. And yeah, it's there's some good guys out there, and it makes the game really fun, to play with a lot of
Yeah.
people. No matter
No,
what the title.
it's always nice jumping on a server with South Africans. You can hear them coming
yeah.
a mile away.
But that's, I think,
the
Battlefield's.
best community. Yeah.
Oh, totally. I think that's Battlefield's. That's one of the nice things about Battlefield. We got local servers, so we know that's going to be. It's just a matter. I think the portal mode is going to make it so that communities are able to play. Like a NAR community can play. We can set up games, and then those guys can just play together, as opposed to having public service where you have random people that you don't want there. I think that's obviously
Yeah,
the
that's
give and
true.
take.
Yeah, there's a couple of good Facebook groups as well that you can join up with, and every now and again someone says, "Are we doing a game this Friday?" And you make friends. You invite guys to your content list. You build it up as it goes.
Exactly.
So yeah,
Exactly.
you make it what it is basically. Make it for yourself. In other words.
But the beautiful thing is, it's not changed in the last 20 years. I mean, the games,
Yeah,
there's
that's
just
true.
more. There's just more to play. I think for me, I find there's almost too much to focus on. If I look at Steam all the time, there's a lot of games I want to play, a lot of multiplayer games that I prefer over solo players. It's just too much. So I kind of tend to stick what I like. PUBG Mobile and PC version, and Battlefield. I think those are the long-standing titles in my life that I would commit. And GTA obviously as well, but I think Battlefield now is the one.
Yeah, well, I've got a library of, I mean, all the free games that come out on Epic. Those are great. I've got a library of those. I've got hundreds of games in Steam over the years, and I play like the same, maybe 5 or 6 games, and every now and again I'll try something new or try something different when it comes out. But I don't know. I don't know what that is. It's just weird.
So what is your
Weird.
current go-to titles that you play? Minecraft,
No.
Ark.
Now, Ark, I've given a bit of a break. Like we got to a point, and then it kind of just stopped playing. The minute I heard Ark 2 was coming out, then I kind of lost interest in Ark 1. But I did play Ark a lot. So I've got like I don't know, many hours, an embarrassing amount of hours on Ark. And I play COD a lot now. That's a definite one. Minecraft always because I just enjoy that environment. I've been trying the new 1.18 landscape. It's not officially out now. You got to download the RAR file and install it and everything. But it's
Yeah.
creating some very very cool environments. Yeah, and then I mean on the
That's
phone,
Lego,
it's
right?
like,
That's
yeah.
essentially all the stuff we got from Lego, that Minecraft. And I think I mean I haven't tapped into it for that reason. I think it's a very easy and very deep pond to get stuck into. Quicksand.
It is. We did it with our Rage Digital Edition. We did a plots of plots of land for everybody to create their own things on, and some of the stuff that came out of there is just incredible. And I love building like that because it's just the most creative way to build things, and it's a lot of fun as well.
So it very much reminds me of Tron in a way, where you can get lost in that digital world and build your own life.
Yeah, for sure.
You never
Yeah.
escape. You can never get out there. You can
I
never
think
get out of it.
yeah. I think in the future you're going to have a case where people are going to be plugged into something, and they're going to get so wrapped up in it that they're going to forget what's real and what's not. And then they say, we might be doing that right now.
Oh,
Except I
would
don't
say
really like
that.
what we've really screwed something up somewhere with this pandemic and that. I've created a terrible version to live in at the moment.
think a lot of
I'd rather live with Pokemon or something.
I think a lot of people have found, peace and solitude in this online world and environment, especially within gaming. I mean, if
Yeah,
I look now, again, I'm talking about mobile gaming because it's been such a big passion for me. The fact that it's so easy, I can pick this up now and have that exact same experience. I'm a big Scum game fan as well, which is very much like your kind of Rust type of gameplay. You can get lost in those games because it's craft, right? So you have to grind hours, and once you spend a couple of days in there, it's a virtual world that you can live in and interact with people.
Precisely,
And you don't need. I mean, we just don't have the virtual headset around us all the time. And that's it's just we choose not to have it. It's one of those costs we choose not to invest in yet.
And then at some point, the only difference is going to be how many pixels and polygons we've got on a VR set, and you won't be able to tell the difference between real and not. And then you've got AI generating the world and creating the characters for you. You're going to be in there. You're not going to know what's real and what's not after a while. So, and that's coming quick as well.
We will do it.
Exactly.
You'll plug into the Matrix every day of the week. I think everybody watching this podcast now will definitely say, yes, we'll plug into that Matrix and live that life. I mean, I don't think...
No, it's just a matter of time. There's no question if, whens, ands, and buts. It's just time. Enough time has to pass, enough tech has to come out, and then that'll be your life.
Well, if Elon Musk is anyone to go by, I mean, his Neuralink things, seems to... Have you seen that baboon playing that game? I mean... He's playing a game just with his mind. It was Pong. I mean, it's a very basic game, but we're there.
Living the dream, and that's force power right there.
Look, I'm still happy with my mouse and keyboard. Let's not jump the gun yet, right?
So you're saying if Elon comes with his little tendril to stick into your brain, you're going to give it a miss the first batch. Version 1 is no for each.
Well, let's see how it goes first. Let's see what bugs there are. Okay. With 5G and everything, it could be a horrible time if you get hacked.
Yeah. Every now and again the batteries blow up and this happens and software crashes and so on. So what's to stop that from happening? When something's plugged into your head.
I mean, the reality is we're already living that life. Your phone is your digital extension. Nobody leaves their phone anywhere. Like I don't think anybody here just has their phone in another room these days.
Yeah.
It's always next to you. You're always kind of using it. It's a fascinating tool for me because not just for games, for the social interaction, creating content with photographs and video, consuming content by watching stuff. We're living the dream, Michael. I mean, who would have thought when you got into this industry?
And nobody predicted people running around with handheld devices like this. Everyone, I mean, always there are all these weird, wild things that you have on like Star Trek with the communicator. That's kind of old tech now compared for us, where you've got everything on your phone. So it's interesting. It is interesting how we've accelerated in some areas, but gone backwards in others.
So, what is your opinion on the Steam Deck? That I mean, we've seen a lot of devices like that, but I think they're onto something there.
Yeah, look, just the pre-orders alone and the way they're selling out, and nobody can keep up with the stock. And then they said today, I don't know where I read it, but they can't find a piece of software that won't run on it. So
it looks like they're losing money on it, that's for sure. I mean, the price at which they're selling it in dollar terms, I mean, I'm going to try very hard to get my hands on it. Obviously I can't do it now with pre-orders, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try once it comes out. I've had a look at... We'll make a plan.
Drop someone a line them and they'll help you out. Don't worry.
I'll
send you a contact people. I know.
Get your people to talk to my people. Nice. Yeah. But I actually had a look at Banggood because, there's a lot of tech like that available that's more kind of indie and OEM. I mean, it's not going to run as smooth as Steam, I think, because Steam OS developed for its platform. But man, oh man, what a possibility we have with that device all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's I mean, where do you put it in terms of between PC and mobile, or is it? I mean, it's just technically a game console, but it is a very enticing, appealing piece of hardware.
Well, for me, it's mobile gaming, right? So anything like desktop PC, even your Alienware, it's very much really a fixed kind of. It's not really a mobile gaming device. I think the Switch, your mobile phone, and this type of device like the Steam Deck is the true mobile gaming devices that we're seeing now. I mean, what you can do on your mobile phone, I mean, I'm blown away by the games that you can play. I mean, specifically PUBG Mobile, because the graphics at 90 frames per second is insane. Obviously, the Steam Deck, it's a different league. It's a different thing altogether. But because you have you're going to have PC gamers who's going to look at the Steam Deck as kind of extension of getting away from the PC but still playing games, and you're going to
Yeah,
get
won't have any stigma attached to it for as
yeah.
a mobile game, whatever the case is. Yeah.
Exactly, and it's going to be an easy entry point for anybody else who doesn't want who don't want to invest in, a full machine with a graphics card, because we know that is going to be very difficult. Or that is very difficult at the moment, and it's not everybody's cup of tea. Where this is a console you can plug into your TV, have that experience. I'm excited.
Yeah, and it's also very open. That's not a closed system. So you're going to find that in like 6 months' time, even less, people are going to be doing crazy things with that piece of hardware.
And that's the best part of it. I mean, I love the Nintendo Switch because it's a great mobile gaming device, but it's very limited, and the games you can play, it's a very closed system. It's an Apple ecosystem.
Well, it's Nintendo, so you know what you're getting with that. It's
of course.
Yeah, it's interesting that they chose to go the open route, but I wouldn't have expected anything else from people at Steam, to build something like that.
Oh yeah, the one. The other trick here that we're not really talking about much yet, because it's still a few months away really from a commercial offering in South Africa, but cloud gaming. We know Netflix have announced that they're going to be introducing some gaming.
Yeah.
That is really where we're going to see a true convergence of hardware and gaming, because you're not going to need high-end devices. I'm going to be able to play Cyberpunk off my my mobile device here, and it will, barring control interactiveness and how you control the game, there's no reason why that wouldn't run as smooth as a high-end machine.
I think that it's interesting that they've made those announcements, but there's been a couple of big companies that have started these things, and they've fallen very flat.
Well, Stadia is one, right?
Cloud. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to name names here, but yes, that's a very, very good example. And when you're looking at the perfect storm of organizations, companies, technology, and know-how to make something work, that was it. And it didn't pan out. I just think maybe they just need to put more investment into it. But I don't know. It's a fickle environment at the moment for that, But it is a future tech. There's no question about it. I just don't know when we're going to be ready for it, and especially in this country as well, because we were quite a little bit behind when it comes to mass people having access to that kind of bandwidth to make those things work.
No, look, I mean, you're raising a lot of fair points, but I also think, if we look at those technologies that failed, it was, I mean, we know a lot of Google technologies fail because they close too quickly. Google just say, we don't want Alphabet, we don't want this around, so we're just going to close it. So there's a bit of the timing, and there's also, like you said, having access to the right connectivity. I mean, fiber is everywhere now. Where was fiber 5 years ago? Right, nobody had fiber.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now all of a sudden we can stream at 100 megs. I mean, I'm logging in with NordVPN, streaming stuff from the US, playing games, downloading things. I mean, I never really cap, and I've only got a 50 meg line. It's crazy.
Yeah, when's the last time you thought about bandwidth and speed? I haven't. Like in sort of the last year and a half, 2 years, I haven't looked at a download or thought about something and thought, it's going to be a problem, because everything is sort of instantaneous these days with the kinds of line speeds we have now. So it's quite a nice place to live. Compared to the old days, we used to just watch that little bar move overnight, and then you wake up in the morning and it's only gone like a quarter. So it's and then if it disconnects, it's start over again. So.
Done, yes. I mean,
good old days. Yeah.
We were talking about, I mean, especially the upload side of things. Remember how we were yearning just for having decent upload speed? We never had with ADSL. We never had anything more than 512. I think was it? 512. No,
yeah, it was
384
ridiculous,
or something stupid.
Yeah.
And now you have, I think with some package now you can truly get 200 meg up, which is I think the limit for most servers around. They generally hit 200 to 400 megs.
Yeah, it was only with the uploading. It was only right at the end of the magazine cycle, like in 2015, 16, somewhere around there, that we could actually transfer files to FTP, upload them. Otherwise, it had to go down on a disk. And it was easier to just do it like that and send it to like a specialist company or whatever to upload. But then eventually we reduced the size down to PDFs, and then the PDFs became uploadable. And then the whole thing revolutionized. We used to shave 3-4 days off the whole exercise because we could just upload things. So yeah, it's been an interesting ride.
But then in a cruel twist of fate, having access to all this beautiful bandwidth also made a magazine irrelevant for most part, right? I mean, what the hell?
No, listen, I still say the internet was a terrible idea. We should close it all down and do
Burn
something
it.
else.
Bring the cover
Burn it,
DVD
yeah.
back.
Yeah, look, it's great for some things, but other things, it's just sort of it's like washed it out. Like the amount of content you get online now is everywhere you go, someone's got an opinion, and all those opinions, not like, I don't know, such a small fraction of them are qualified opinions. So it's just like, I don't know. I think people always say it's not good to have gatekeepers of information, but sometimes when you have, good gatekeepers and they refine the information and research and check it for you, then what you're consuming is good quality information, not just, whatever Aunt Martha said on Facebook about the latest vaccine or whatever the case is. So, but yeah, pros and cons.
I think Reddit has shown us that it can work. If you have some community sourced, I mean, yes, it's you'll always have good and bad, but you have that with the strictest, you have it with the strictest platforms, regardless. In fact,
true.
you have it worse with the likes of Facebook and Twitter, where the communities govern and quickly make these things happen. So, what is the future for Michael James and his interest in gaming?
Look,
We know certain things have come to light. Life is always taking us on new directions. What's the next few years holding in store for you?
A lot of people, we did this post on Facebook about the Dome closing down. I've got like thousands of people reacting to that news and everything, that's great. It's nice to see that sort of thing. But I think this whole pandemic has actually been a good thing, because you keep riding the same horse and cart all the time, and it's sort of, you never really change much. You just change a couple of small things. So the pandemic has caused us, like at Rage and Rush, to rethink the whole process now. What are we doing? What's gaming look like? What's hardware look like? So in terms of what I'm doing, that is what I'm doing still. Obviously, we can't gather in groups, so that's been a bit of a problem. The online thing worked out pretty well. We had a good turnout. There lots of popular people were quite happy with it. It was quite a popular event. But of course, sponsors are hard to convince to show, look, this is an online thing now. They don't really understand it. They can explain it. So that's also like a challenge. Yeah, and there's lots of other little things. I mean, I've always been into a lot of different things, here and there. Gaming has been a big part of it, and it will continue to be a big part of it. It's what I like doing. So there's no reason to stop now and do anything else,
So how is the competitive knitting scene these days?
Listen, I kill it in the mornings over a cup of cocoa with the ladies and gents there in the knitting farm.
Do you also have the barbells at the edge of your pins as you knit? Keep the weights going.
I've got to do a little bit of something there somewhere.
All right, excellent.
Yeah,
well,
so,
I really appreciate your time. Thank you, Michael. It's always great catching up with you. I mean, you've played a big role in my career in the gaming industry. I mean, I hold dearly a lot of the conversations we had over the years, about games and ideas and business. So,
just not order them over rounds of poker, though. That's when we'll rather keep that to ourselves.
Yeah, that's also off the record. Everything is off the record. But we are due for one of those. I think, as we all get vaccinated and things lift up and we can drink again, we'll get back into that. Definitely.
For sure, man.
Where can people get hold of you if they want to get hold of you? Do you have a very special website, or are you just lingering around? Track me down and you can find me.
I guess, Rage Expo. I see there's info there. Contact us. We're on our socials. I'm still plugged into all that stuff. I read everything and see what people are doing. A lot of people asking about Rage, what's happening, what's going on. But we just don't know, because it's hard to plan when you can't plan. So if you want to get hold of us, just check out Rage Expo. That's where we are. And then on our socials, where we announce everything that we're doing on social media. So keep an eye out. We'll see what happens.
Excellent. I can't wait to see what's happening. But I think we're going to be doing poker and definitely some Battlefield Game Age way before
we must do Battlefield, no question.
I'm actually thinking about getting that hard drive, that Western Digital special where you get the SSD and the actual code for the game, because I need a SSD. And it's a pretty badass looking SSD. I'll send you the link.
Yeah.
It's a few rand.
Take the SSD, throw it away, install the game, and that's the end of it.
No. Whoa. Okay, well, you can throw the SSD my way, but
your way.
I think it's a good deal. I mean, if you're considering it's a nice limited edition looking SSD, and you get the game. I mean,
so it's a nice looking SSD you're going to stick in your computer and never look at again. Is that what you're going to tell me?
Well, I need storage space. Why are you judging me? Why
Don't
are you
fall for the
judging me?
marketing, Reed.
You are the guy that's always got that stuff. We should probably not ask you to pan your camera around so we can see all the swag and merch that you actually have collected over the years. The gimmicks.
I keep all the good stuff and I give all the stuff I don't like away.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, on that wonderful note, thank you, Michael. I really appreciate it. We'll be chatting again soon.
Awesome.
Appreciate it. Cheers.
Anytime, man. Cheers.